Welcome to Living 757. As you can see, Patricia is still out gallivanting the world. She's on vacation.
She's what in the world?
Gallivanting.
Okay, you see, before we start, so let me know what type of words you're going to use, okay? I need to prepare to digest. Galla who?
Gallivanting.
Okay, and that means what?
Like she's adventuring.
Then say adventuring. Do you have to say gallivanting? Hold up, did I
Quincy,
actually say it
just
right?
say you don't know what that
I did.
word
That's what I was
means.
trying to say without trying to say it. I don't know it, but yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry to mess up your intro.
Okay,
If you would like the intro again, you can.
Welcome to Living 757. Patricia is out on vacation. Did you understand all of that?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Now you also look like somebody peed in your cornflakes. So what's wrong with you today?
You know what? I've never experienced that, but what I have experienced is I just got notification earlier. That's why when we were preparing in the room, I had this look on my face. I got notification that my credit score has decreased by not one, not two, but 62 points. 62 points. My credit score. Do you know how valuable your credit score can be? Mine has
Of course I do.
decreased by 62. Has your credit score ever decreased?
Yes.
Okay, by how many? Max.
10, 15 maybe?
You see what I'm talking about? Something is going on.
Did you purchase a house while you were sleeping?
Absolutely not. The only thing that I may have done is get a new puppy. I think the adoption agency is finding some way to mess with my credit, and the puppy is beautiful, but I'll get the puppy back. Okay?
Wait.
My credit score is more important.
Are you
62.
blaming the puppy for your sleep shopping?
You know what? It's quite possible. I do have Amazon on finger touch dial or
You know
whatnot,
what?
but I don't understand it. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
You know what? You might need to talk to Ashlyn. My cousin's 9-year-old daughter realized that she could ask Alexa to order things, and laptops and all sorts of stuff started showing up at the house.
Really?
And my cousin was like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
And then she called Amazon. They said, somebody ordered through your device, ma'am.
And I guarantee you, if you ask her, did her credit score drop? It ain't 62 points. 62 points.
I
That is
mean,
unheard of. I've done nothing.
are you sure you didn't go out and exchange your kid for another car again?
That was a joke. That was real. But no, I have not done that. It's just weird. I've never seen anything happen to me like that, and it kind of takes a little money out of my pocket. So I'm just a little on edge right now until I investigate this whole situation. Should I go out gallivanting to find out?
No, you should probably call somebody and figure out why that happened to you.
Okay. All right.
But on another note, on a way better financial note, the Bayport Foundation has awarded $100,000 in scholarships to 38 students in our local community here in the 757. And that doesn't just mean universities. It's universities and trade schools and vocational schools and colleges. The Bayport Foundation helps members by providing financial support to promote education. And who doesn't like to celebrate a foundation that is supporting our community, furthering their education?
Yeah.
I love that.
No, I think it's great. And if we can go back to that one picture of the young lady smiling with her hands up, that would be me except a very mad face right now. Okay, that's exactly how I feel, noticing 62 points that a credit score has been decreased. That's ridiculous.
I
Okay?
have literally never heard of that.
Yes, me either. Okay, but what we have heard of recently, Juneteenth is a newly celebrated federal holiday, obviously. It's been celebrated just about in every state around the country. And Juneteenth is coming up, is right around the corner. And for a lot of you who may be looking for something to do here in the Hampton Roads area, there's a bunch of events that are going on. Let's start with the Virginia African American Cultural Center in the Vibe Creative District. They are having a celebration on June the 17th, okay? There's another one that's going on June the 17th. This is Juneteenth Wine and Art Festival. This is actually a day trip, Ashley. You can get in the vehicle, get in a bus, and go to Philadelphia. See, clearly their credit score is high enough to be able to make that trip.
Hang on.
Yeah, I'm stuck on this.
You said that wrong.
I said it wrong?
It's not Philadelphia, it's Filthydelphia.
You know what? And at this point, me and her, with football season a couple of months away, we're NFC East fans. So, yeah, that's a shot at all Philly Eagles fans.
And although Dallas and Washington fans cannot agree on much, one thing we can agree on is that Philadelphia stinks.
Yep. And another thing, your team still doesn't have a new owner. Okay, so I will move on to another.
Do you want to know what your teams are good at?
Okay, I got the whole choker thing. Yeah, well, you still don't have an owner. Anyway, so another Juneteenth.
Better than your owner.
I'm not going to have this banter with you right now. We're talking about some Juneteenth, but there's some Freedom Day festivals that's going on also in Portsmouth, the city of Portsmouth. June 18th, okay, that's put on by I believe the Urban League of Hampton Roads Incorporated. And then there's another one that's going on, the second annual Juneteenth Freedom Fest. This one is in Hampton on June the 18th. So,
HPT.
Yeah. So all types of stuff going on in the Hampton Roads area, and it's an interesting thing, right? When it comes to Juneteenth, because as I looked at it, right, as I was looking at this information, so I'm from Texas, okay? So if those of you that don't know, Juneteenth is kind of, well, not kind of, but this is where the last slaves realized that they were free. Right, in Texas. But I moved to Virginia, and my wife is from Hampton. Well, Hampton was the first place that the first slaves were known to be dropped off. So from Texas to Hampton, so I just saw that correlation. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
That is an uncanny correlation.
Yeah, that's really weird. It's crazy. But also, did you know, because I did not know, that there are a couple of things that people eat and they celebrate, right, with Juneteenth, which also kind of seems like it's like Thanksgiving as well and New Year's Day tradition. I'm talking beef, pork, chicken, a lot of red meats. That's synonymous with Juneteenth celebration. We got black-eyed peas, cornbread, collard greens, cabbage, potatoes, yams.
That sounds like a celebration to me.
Yams, and also things like, red drinks like red strawberry soda or even red velvet cake. Those are common things to ingest while celebrating Juneteenth. So
now,
cool.
For anybody who doesn't really know much about Juneteenth, how long was it from the day slaves were freed until they found out in Texas?
I want to say, because we got a guy
was
that's
a
going to
long
be,
time.
yeah, well, it's about 6 months. So there's a guy that's going to be stopping by, talking to us about and kind of explaining the history of it. But I believe it's about a 6-month time frame. So, yeah.
Well, I'm sure once they found out, it was a celebration.
Yeah.
And we also attended a celebration over the weekend, and we have to shout out this company because
the food.
they provided the food.
Oh my gosh.
We're talking about Aunt Dorian's. And oh my goodness. We had fried chicken, we had collard greens, mac and cheese, cornbread.
Oh.
And it was so good.
There's nothing like the sweetest cornbread. Ooh.
Yeah, we were at producer Will's party, and I cannot speak highly enough about the food, so we had to talk about it here. She has a location in MacArthur Center, and she has a $6 special. That is chicken tenders and French fries. I know producer Melissa loves that.
Yeah, just draw them out. Now, how much did you say it was?
$6.
See, you see what I'm talking about? I can't even afford that. My credit score has dropped 62 points. I'm struggling right now financially. It's hurting me. But that's a really good deal if you want to.
If you want Aunt Dorian's, I will pay for your
Well, thanks, because I know your credit score.
special.
I mean, at least let me get back up to fair. That's all I want. I want my credit score. That's an indication of how bad it could possibly be. Before we get out of here, just wanted to transition to, there is a Virginia Arts Festival that's actually coming to Williamsburg. So that's going to be June 16th through June the 18th on the lawn of the Art Museum of Colonial Williamsburg, okay?
It's called Williamsburg Live.
And it's Williamsburg Live, right? And so it's live because it's featuring live music. You're talking the Wood Brothers, Kenny Loggins for the old school folks out there. We got Keb Mo, I believe I said that right, and special guest Peter One. It's going to be on Sunday, June the 18th. So a lot of big things is going on. Yeah, y'all.
I love it. And something else that I love, we're going to talk about this really quickly because I know we don't have much time, but they're doing a Dino Pajama Jam at the Virginia Living Museum.
Yeah.
Where you go in your pajamas and you jam out. And there's going to be a dance floor, a DJ, snacks, arts and crafts for the kids.
Yeah.
They have They have like an indoor exhibit that's in addition to their normal Virginia Living Museum dinosaur exhibit. So I know I'm going to take Adrian. I think producer Melissa's going to come too. What kind of dinosaur would you be if you had to be any dinosaur?
Leave me a Sonosaurus. Leave me alone, a Saurosaurus. Leave me alone is what I want to be, and then put a
Well, they're not
Saurus on
called
that.
leaves, they're called tree stars, but we...
You know what? I don't have the arms for it, so that's what I think.
Would you be a meat eater or would you be a tree eater?
I don't know. I would be a person that wants you to leave me alone, a Saurosaurus.
So you'd probably be one of the ones that like lived in the water and was antisocial.
Facts, big facts.
I would either want to be a pterodactyl or a velociraptor.
You know what? And that makes so much sense, as violent as you are. Because people, y'all don't get a chance to see her in the green room.
Stop
She is
it.
very
I thought
violent.
you were going to say because I like to eat, which is true.
Oh, no. You are very violent. But you know what? Whether you see the violent or the sweet side of Ashley today, we are going to have a great show, starting off with something sweet, Juggernaut cookies. So if you got a sweet tooth, you'll love that, and it's healthy. And we'll hear from Riverside about behavioral health.
And we've got Whoa in the house, but first we are talking Juneteenth with our friend Brian Bullock from the show Hidden History. Stay right there. Welcome back to Living 757. Hampton Roads is full of history, and we love to bring attention to the history that is less spoken about. To help us do that, we want to welcome back friend of the show, Brian Bullock.
Hey.
Hey, Brian.
Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I know it was short notice.
Good to see you all. It's always good to be here with you all.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you again. Now, for any viewers who don't know, what is the true history behind Juneteenth?
So Juneteenth celebrates when the enslaved in Galveston, Texas, were notified that slavery had ended, which is in June of 1865. Now, the emancipation was, we have to notice that the Emancipation Proclamation actually went into effect January 1st, but some parts of the Deep South, Southwest didn't get the word. It took all that time for the word to get to some parts of the South, and Juneteenth specifically is tied to Galveston, Texas.
And 6 months, that's a really long time for people not to know. Why is it so important that we learn about it now?
You know, it's really a important part of our history. African Americans, obviously Black people in America, but all of America, to really understand and to reflect, you know, on the significance of that time. I do want to mention in Virginia, Virginia was actually celebrating a form of Juneteenth called Emancipation Day a little earlier in the year.
Wow, yeah, because that was going to be my question. You know, how did Virginians celebrate that, and what's the difference between then and now? Like, what changes have you noticed, Brian, since this became a federal holiday?
Yes, other than all of the wonderful celebrations that happen across Virginia, across the United States, you know, gospel concerts and just honoring Black history, African American history, there's this new sense of pride of our history, not just slavery and our enslaved forefathers, but just the deep, rich contributions to this country. And it's also a time for people to just really reflect on their own family history. So it really brings attention to that, and I absolutely love it. All of the celebrations, I'm always involved with a gospel concert in Richmond every Juneteenth. It's just a wonderful, wonderful celebration.
Now, I want to go back to the other part of Quincy's question. How did Virginians celebrate back in the day?
Yeah.
So Virginia actually, because Virginia obviously is on the East Coast, the word was much quicker. And so in like April, early parts of the year, it was just like the Juneteenth celebrations now with reflections and celebrating and food, but it was just earlier in the year. So those celebrations earlier in the year started to kind of subside and go away. And as that happened,
Gotcha.
Juneteenth was picked up, more widely. So now it's more of a uniform holiday.
Yeah, yeah. And Brian, you have so much knowledge and so many resources, especially with your show, Hidden History. So you're a producer and the host of that show. You got any projects that's coming up that we should be on the lookout for?
Yes, thank you for asking. Actually, this past Thursday, the newest episode of Hidden History, it's about Desmond T. Doss, who was a conscientious, easy for me to say, conscientious objector during World War II. And it's an incredible story about how he was able to be this hero. The movie Hacksaw Ridge is actually based on his life.
Oh, wow.
So really excited about this episode.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's
cool,
amazing.
Bro. Yeah.
Now, Brian, I have to commend you because I always hated history in school, but I always loved talking to you because you always shine the light on all of these parts of history that we were never taught in school.
Yeah, it's almost like a calming voice hearing them talk, so it's easy to digest. And
No, I just find it so interesting
Yeah.
to learn about all these things that were never taught, that they were just kind of like erased, like they never happened.
Yeah.
But they did happen, and I think it's important to talk about them. So thank you for making your show, and thank you for making time to come talk to us about all this stuff.
yeah, thanks again, Brian.
Thank you so much. Good to see you all. Love you all. See you soon.
We love you too.
All right, my man.
All right.
Now, Quincy, I have a history trivia question for you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure you're ready?
I said, yeah, let's go.
All right. Why did the pioneers cross the country in covered wagons?
Huh? Why?
Because they didn't want to wait 40 years for a train. Boom, boom.
Oh my gosh, did we just...
Lucky for us, we don't have to ride in a covered wagon, and we also don't have to wait for trains to be invented.
Are you kidding me? This segment is brought to you by your trusted AAA Car Care Center. You can count on us. All right, guys, that was the smoothest transition I think I've ever felt in my life. We was right there, and now we're right here. So, right, so over the past several months, as you guys probably have seen watching this show, AAA is one of our show sponsors, and they've given us so many car care tips over the years and over the episodes. And so Ashley and I are going to be tested, kind of put our knowledge to see what we have retained, okay? And while you see this race car track, because it's also, it's a themed show, right? So,
so you're just going to go first?
Well, no. I'm just trying to, put the
Okay.
car in gear, right?
Okay,
So we're actually going
going
to
to
use
show
this.
them how the cars fly first, right?
Right, yeah.
This is just a test.
Yeah, so this is really cool as I explained, okay? All right, so,
Woo!
oh man,
That would've
that
been
will never happen again.
That would have been a good shot if we were actually playing the game, right?
Right, because it's all about getting the car closest to the edge
Yeah.
without going over.
And I think you have an advantage in this game for the first time ever
Uh-huh.
because it's about cars, and I'm not good with cars.
Well, my last name is Carr with 2 R's, so that means I'm going to double fail. Anyway, all right, so so what we're going to do is answer the questions that you guys will see on TV, but before we answer those questions, the person who shoots their car and gets it as close to the edge without going over will actually have to answer the question. So, won't have to answer the question, right?
Yeah.
It's closest
Yeah.
without going over, so,
So whoever's the closest without going over. So here's mine.
all right, and so that's
Womp,
yours.
womp.
All right, and then this is mine, and then we'll know who's gonna answer. Let me see, soft touch. Yeah!
So-
Oh Oh, so mine went further, so that means that I have to answer this question. All right.
I
so-
feel like they both flew off, so we can both try to give this one a go.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go ahead and be fair. Car alignment affects what? A, fuel efficiency. B, battery
C.
life. C, tire life. I was gonna say C as well. Let's see what the answer is. C, tire life. Cool deal. All right, we are looking good.
Riding dirty.
Yeah, I'm not riding dirty.
Oh.
You know what riding dirty really
Look at-
means? You can't say that on camera, girl. What's
It's a
wrong with you?
song.
Yeah, it's a song, but you got to know what it means. Don't just be saying lyrics.
One.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice. All
that's
right.
a good one. That was a good shot.
Yeah, it's a good shot. So now I'm going. Let me see if I can knock hers off. Let me see. Slide it right there.
Seriously?
You know what? It just don't get any better than this. You've got to read this one. Yeah, you know what? I slid it just perfectly.
This
read.
is not shuffleboard.
Read.
Crazy person. Okay.
Have to, what, I'll
Question
read it.
is.
I'll read and you will answer. Okay. All right.
How much air should I put in my tires?
Ooh, you definitely gonna
The
fail
level
this.
found on the tire or door panel. Faux show. Or if you're in my car, the computer tells you.
Oh my gosh.
But
she
C.
had to throw
Ha!
C. Okay, all right. Well, you knew that one. That was pretty good. All right, so let's do
Country
another
girl,
one.
shake
All right,
it
so
for me,
we got these
girl.
big old monster trucks, but I don't think they do anything. Like, I'll even do a quick test. Watch. I don't think they'll do. Oh. Well, I'll shut up.
Go ahead and eat your words, Quincy.
All right.
I'm gonna go with this dinosaur truck.
The dinosaur truck.
Oh.
Yours is hanging on like it
Okay.
had claws.
Okay. Hang on.
Oh, what? Where was
That's
it?
like that was like
Alright.
a handicap try.
All right, that's it.
There we go.
All
There
right,
we
so
go.
it looks
I need
like-
to shoot from the lady tees.
It looks like I still
Alright.
have to read the next one, so let me see what the next one says. Does using synthetic oil make a difference? I would say, as a professional synthetic oil user, yes. And I hope that it was a yes! All right, yeah. Why? Because they have better lubrication properties, which improve overall engine performance and protection. And a lot of times when you use synthetic oil, from my experience, it's in like a high engine-powered vehicle. So it makes everything smooth as the gears change. Okay?
Okay. Well, you would know
I
that
feel
since you
like-
have so many cars. Because I was sitting here shaking my head like, mm-mm.
Yeah, it really
That's
does.
that's just a marketing gimmick. That's what I was gonna say.
All right, yeah. Let's see how close to the edge can you get yours,
Oh,
okay? Without going over. Ooh, this girl, you have way too much power
I believe I
in
can
your
fly.
finger, okay? All right, let me see. Hold on, let me move. Is that one mine or yours? Okay, yes. I'm cheating again. And oh, you got to read again, girl.
You're
I'm
ridiculous,
good. I'm
Quincy.
good. I have the
You're
Midas
ridiculous.
touch. I have that
All
touch.
right. And question is, how do I know if I need an alignment?
Ooh, how do you know?
If my wheel turns itself.
Or if you hit a pothole on the Highway 64, that's when you know you're going to need an alignment.
Aha! See?
Your vehicle may be pulling to one side or on even
I
tire
feel
wear.
okay. Producers in my ear. Do I get that one? Because I feel like that's what I said. Yes.
All right.
I got
All right.
it.
Guys, so we got one more. We got room
All
for
right.
one more question.
All right. All right. Ready?
This is a DeLorean, and oh, nice, nice. So how can I knock?
Woo!
So how can I knock this one off? Let me aim it just right. All
Okay.
right.
We never talked about.
Yeah, we never
cheating,
talked about it, but I
But
did.
you always be cheating.
Oh, just
Ha!
missed it. All right.
Cheaters never prosper. Read your question.
All right, that looked like Paul's foot was in the way. Yeah. All right, so let me read this last question before we have to get out of here and go to commercial break. How often should I check my tire pressure? I would say only when they look flat. No, I'm lying. That, I was gonna change it. You know what? Y'all don't want to see me win at all.
Once a month, unless
I
there
was-
is a drastic weather change.
I
Wait,
was joking.
Do you know what my answer would have been? Whenever my car goes ding, 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 low tire pressure.
All right, well, life gives us so many challenges, and coming up next, we're going to be going to see about supporting people who are supporting those challenges. So stay right there. We'll be right back. I'm a little confused right now. Hey guys, welcome back to Living 757. Our good friends over at Riverside, they provide many services, have huge connections for everyone throughout the Hampton Roads area, from anywhere from mental health concerns to behavioral and also physical health concerns. Take a look.
Mental health includes emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It impacts how we think, feel, and how we respond to different circumstances. So our goal here is to really care for the whole person and really care about mental health in totality. At Riverside Behavioral Health Center, we have several different treatment options for adults.
So we deal with patients who come here for a variety of reasons. We definitely have a large group of folks who come in voluntarily. They recognize that they're running into a problem and they need some help kind of clarifying things, setting some goals for themselves, reconnecting with others. And we have folks who, for whatever reason, have to come in and stay for a while for their own safety, for the safety of others. We can help them gain some clarity to their situation, whether that be reality orientation for the patient for a few days, providing some basic human needs to them that they may not have been getting while they were out in society.
We also provide services for adolescents aged 12 through 18. This is on the inpatient side. So again, it's that highest level of care. It's that really intensive inpatient treatment where individuals meet with doctors or psychiatric mental health nurse practitioners, as well as psychiatric therapists, as well as nurses, of course, around the clock to help support their needs during that really critical time.
For a caregiver or for a parent to get their child to come to Riverside, the biggest thing is to sit down and to talk to them. To talk to them about the emotions that they're experiencing. If they feel like they want to hurt themselves or want to hurt somebody else, if you notice that they're journaling about things that seem to be darker, or if they're drawing kind of dark pictures, talk to them about that. Tell them, hey, maybe we need to go to the hospital to talk to a psychiatrist there or a therapist there, and maybe even start medication to get the help that you need so we can get these emotions and kind of things that you're feeling to calm down some.
At RBHC, we really focus on providing individualized and holistic care. If a patient's admitted to our facility or one of our programs and is struggling with both substance use and mental illness, then we have the team really structured to meet those individualized needs.
So the addictions programs that we have here are for adults, treat adolescents with addiction on an outpatient side. So we have 2 programs, generally lasting a few weeks at a time, where people go through groups. They can also see a medication provider as well, because of course with addiction sometimes there are other mental health issues that go along with it, and sometimes those things need to be treated as well. But those programs are for people who are addicted to any substance. So it can be alcohol, it can be marijuana, it can be cocaine. And if they come here, we can kind of screen everybody or screen that person to see if going straight to that addiction program is the right thing for them, or if we need to admit them to the inpatient unit first to detox and then transfer them to that program.
Crisis services here at Riverside Behavioral Health Center is inpatient psychiatric care, mental health treatment for both adolescents and adults. We also provide outpatient substance abuse treatment. We do partial day treatment as well as intensive outpatient.
Riverside has 3 new outpatient programs that are being developed. They are 3 different levels of care. One is the PHP program, which is our partial hospitalization program. Then we have our IOP program, which is our intensive outpatient program. And then we have our regular outpatient program. All of the programs will offer certain levels of care. They will offer individual therapy, individual treatment plans, group therapy, family therapy, access to a psychiatric provider, a nurse, and a peer recovery specialist.
Riverside is opening a very unique specialty emergency department in 2023. The purpose of this emergency department is for psychiatric services and substance abuse disorders. So patients, which could be adolescent patients or adult patients, now have an opportunity to come to a specialty emergency department where their primary issue is a psychiatric issue, or any patients in crisis or requesting or looking for any help related to substance use disorders. We know that this is a very special patient population that needs additional services beyond what a traditional medical emergency department can offer. We are very, very confident and very comfortable in the care we're going to provide, and this is truly the first of its kind in the state of Virginia.
If you need help, come and get help. We will try to do whatever we can to help you.
You know, Riverside is such a big staple in our community. When people think hospital systems, they usually think physical ailments. Like they usually think, you know, you're hurt or you're sick. But mental health is just as important as physical health. So Riverside Behavioral Health is providing such an important service to the community. And I, for one, really love that mental health is becoming such a common conversation.
Oh, so true.
Definitely. Well, it's an unfortunate fact that several sectors of our population are underserved when it comes to healthcare. Our next guest is part of an organization that is helping to change that and more. Let's welcome Keisha Edwards.
Hey, Keisha, how you doing?
Hi,
Hi.
thank you for having me. Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, you are part of an organization called Minority AIDS Support Services.
Correct.
And the organization was originally founded as a community-based service organization to provide healthcare support to disadvantaged persons. What type of services do you all offer today?
Not much has changed. We actually still conduct free and confidential HIV and STI testing. Of course, not just to those that are disadvantaged, but those in need. Just simply make an appointment, come in and get tested. It's painless, no more than 30 minutes of your day.
30 minutes. So where are you guys located, and are there appointments that you gotta make?
So it is appointment only. We are located in, well, actually we have 4 locations, but where we test is Norfolk, our Lafayette office, and that location is 2415 Lafayette Boulevard in Norfolk. And then we also test at our Huntington Ingalls. Most are familiar with the shipyard. So 2715 Huntington Avenue is where we conduct our testing. Monday through Friday, again, appointment only, so about 8:30 until about 3:30.
Nice, nice. And you're definitely letting them know out there, you know, this is where we are, and this is what we're doing. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
And you all provide so many services, but one of the most major ones is AIDS testing. So what are the statistics when it comes to this area and AIDS?
So as you might imagine, the statistics are forever changing, but CDC is reporting 1 in 2 million are living in the United States with HIV now.
How many?
1.2.
Wow.
Living.
1.2
However,
million.
out of that 1.2 million, you have about 14% that don't even know they're positive. And so that's like 1 in 7. And so that's why it's important to know your status, because if you notice, I said living with, and
Right.
it is not a death sentence. And so a lot of people still not knowledgeable about HIV think that it is. It's just important to know your status because it's all about health, and that is a part of healthcare, knowing your status.
And, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you can have AIDS and show no symptoms.
It's actually HIV.
Okay.
AIDS is when you've actually gone untreated
Okay.
and you have not been taking your medicine. So
that's-
HIV is the start.
That's when your immune system is completely compromised.
Correct, correct. And so we're trying, of course, we're key on preventive care. However, if we don't catch you in time, the purpose of becoming undetectable is why we're around. We want to make sure that you're getting to those doctor's appointments, you're getting the medicine that you need
Right.
to remain undetectable. And of course, undetectable means you're not able to transfer it to your partner. And
Oh,
so
wow. Okay.
it's key to know your status because
Yeah.
again, if we don't catch you in enough time to prevent it, we then can help you to continue living with it.
I got you. So speaking of that, I know that it's important, you know, obviously in our community to be aware, but is it true that HIV/AIDS is a very, well, it's for minorities, it's very high.
It is high. Again, our name alone has a lot of people thinking that we only cater to the minorities. It is our minorities that are unfortunately disadvantaged. However, anybody who is sexually active, human and sexually active, we encourage you to get tested. It is very common in MSMs, men who sleep with men, as well as our trans community. And then, of course, our street workers, you still have those that is their job. They work the street. And that's why it's important to know your status. Again, we're a judgment-free zone. So from the condoms that we provide daily, free condoms, to the testing that we provide daily, free. That's why it's important just to come in and know your status.
What card do you have in your hand?
So this is basically all the information that you could possibly know about MASS, front and back. MASS, A to Z. Right. And so it talks about the testing that we do: chlamydia, gonorrhea, Hep C, Hep B, as well as syphilis and HIV.
Gotcha.
Okay?
So it's information that you make sure that you pass out to people.
Definitely, because it has all our locations, our phone numbers, PrEP, as well as, condoms and undetectable and all of that you need to know from A to Z.
Appreciate that.
And they also provide a lot of other services. So if you want to find out what all of them are, because there's a long list, make sure you check out their website. Keisha, thank you so much for joining us and for everything you do. It's so important.
Yes.
Information.
Thank you so much.
Now we have to hit the pause button really quickly, but have you ever heard of eating cookies to stay healthy? You don't want to miss this.
This segment is brought to you by
Ortho Virginia in Chesapeake. Their dedicated orthopedic specialist will have you on the road to recovery without even getting on a toll road.
Welcome back to the coolest show in town. Well, he was a UFC fighter and a professional boxer, and he owned several fitness facilities, and now he's the founder of Juggernaut Cookie. We are so excited to welcome him back to Living 757, Antoine Britt.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, I gotta ask, how do you go from being a professional fighter to a gourmet baker?
I think that's the question I get all the time. As a fighter, we don't get a lot of chances to indulge and to eat the things we want because we're always training. So when the time came where I could have that stuff, I didn't want to just go to the store and get just a random sweet treat. I wanted to make something for myself, and that's what I did.
Right. And when we had you on the show last time, we had your amazing cookies. But now you have something a little bit different on the scene. So what inspired you to create a gluten-free protein cookie?
Yeah. Well, even with wanting to be indulgent, I wanted to make sure that I was health conscious as well. So I created, it took a year to do, but I finally created our gluten-free protein cookie. It is 12 grams of protein, gluten-free, and made with kosher and non-GMO ingredients.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what are the nutritional benefits of a protein cookie?
Well, of course, high protein for just about anyone who wants to either maintain or increase muscle mass. The protein is going to be great. And now with the celiac disease and low gluten intolerances, having a gluten-free product is a must.
Definitely. Now, what kind of diets would this cookie fit into?
Just about any diet, no matter if you wanted to lose weight and just want a little sweet treat to be indulgent.
Okay.
If you wanted to maintain weight, or if you wanted to increase weight and size and muscle mass, this will be a good supplement.
Okay, so anybody looking to get some extra protein in.
Oh yeah,
what
absolutely.
flavors do they come in?
So we started out with this flavor. This is the peanut chocolate chip.
Okay.
Two of my favorite taste combinations.
Me too.
So we started out with this one. We're going to release a new flavor every year for the next 4 years.
Woo!
And then we're going to go into other stuff, protein bars, shakes, and things of that nature.
Okay, now do we get any hints at what the next flavor will be?
No hints.
Darn. Can't say I didn't try.
Going to keep it super secret for now.
Okay, well, I don't blame you because that's an awesome product. And who doesn't love cookies, right?
I know, right? It's an easy sell, pretty easy sell.
Definitely. Now, what is next for your company? Because I know you have other stuff going on than just these cookies.
Yeah, well, we actually just secured a deal with Nutrition Corner. We'll be in all Hampton Roads Nutrition Corner stores, do a test market there. And if it goes well, we'll be in all 15 Nutrition Corner stores. We're also talking to Target, Whole Foods, and before you know it, you'll be able to see us in just about every store in Hampton Roads.
You're speaking my language. Whole Foods, and you got to say Target.
Is it Target?
Target.
All right, just on it.
That's what us moms like to say. And I see that
pinky
you
up.
also have another little something over here. Can you tell me about this bag?
Yes, well, these are healthy dog treats. Now, we've been making these for about 2 to 3 years. I started the Juggernaut Dog Treats because I lost my rescue pup, Marco. And so I wanted to do something for him. So all the dog treats are no soy, no wheat, no corn, no artificial flavors or colors.
Looking out for our furry friends
got to.
too.
You have
Where
to.
can people find more information about you and your cookies?
Yeah, so Instagram, Juggernaut Cookie on all social media, Facebook as well. And you can visit the website at cookiehunk.com or juggernautcookies.com.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for telling us about your nutritious cookies, because who doesn't want an excuse to eat cookies? I know I do. While I try some of these cookies out, Quincy, I think your guests are music to my ears.
Hey, what's going on, Asher? Thank you for that. Now, I don't know where you guys were in the 90s or if you remember those times. I know I was in high school, and then later on I joined the Navy, but one thing I do remember are the sounds of the 90s, so check this out, right? I'm going to get dope with this whole thing. Like, we're here with a 90s band, Whoa, right? You guys are based out of 757. Welcome to the show, man. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing great. Now, you are Diego.
That's correct.
And you are Nick. I understand y'all have nicknames. Okay, so what is your nickname?
Yeah.
So what's your nickname?
So I'm in Fuego.
In Fuego, hot.
That's right.
Okay, and you are?
Nicky Dubs.
Okay, that's not the hot part that I thought was going to. Nicky Dubs, and you guys say Dubs.
Nicky Dubs.
Nicky
That's
Dubs.
right.
So you guys are missing 2.
We got 2 more guys. Yeah, we got Kate Pep, our drummer.
Kate Pep.
Yeah, we got Hootie, brand new guitar player that just joined the band.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you guys, as the people can see there on the screen, that's your band, Whoa. Number one, how did you come up with the name, and how long have you guys been together?
Man, all right, so circa 2016, I played a show as another band at a college somewhere. And I thought, all the kids wanted to hear 90 songs, and I was like, man, this is what we gotta do. And then on the way home, I thought of a new name and whatnot, and that was it. Well, created a Facebook page, and that was it.
Yeah, well, it's one of those, names that when people say it, you don't just say it on the soft level. You don't say, oh, yeah, whoa. You got to be whoa. You got to be big with it, right?
Yeah.
All right, so, Nick, now you've been in some other bands as well, right?
Yeah, I've been playing around town for about 2 or 3 years now. Before I joined Whoa, I was doing my own thing. I was doing solo gigs, more so on the peninsula and in Williamsburg. And I had my own cover band too, just going by the Nick Weber Band, where it was just me and some friends. I'd go by Nick Weber and Friends sometimes, and we would just play locally around the peninsula and play all your favorite rock tunes.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah,
Before he became Nicky Dubs.
yeah, I was
he
before
became
Nicky Dubs.
you was Nick Weber, but it really didn't hold that much
Well,
water.
see, if you get it, that's where the Dubs comes from, because it's like Nick and then W, Nicky Dubs.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm digging that, my
There
man.
it is.
Now you were talking about you guys were playing in a lot of different, bands and a lot of different places. So what are some of your favorite spots in the 757 or even outside of 757?
Yeah, mine's probably the Vanguard, just because it always sounds so good in that big room, and there's so much space in there.
That's the brewery, right?
Brewery,
Yeah,
distillery. Yeah,
Super nice.
such a good place. I've
Good stage.
seen some really big shows there too.
Yeah.
So it's always fun when we get on that thing. But
We like going out of town.
yeah.
Dirty
Where?
Dan's, Greenville, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. So you go down to the Carolinas, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
You got you. So is it just that one down in the Carolinas? that you guys-
No, we did Emerald Isle,
Yeah.
Emerald Club. So we did our first little run where we did we took the trailer, everybody got in the van and played Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So, make it a nice mini tour.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
that's when you're gigging. Sorry about that. You see the little spit jump out my mouth. I'm so sorry. I got excited. Whoa! I should have said whoa. Right.
Whoa.
No, but that's when you're really gigging, right? When you all jump in the band, you got all of
Yes.
your equipment
Yeah,
and
we get-
everything,
we
and
get
you
to
guys got to
bond.
get along,
We
right?
get to bond and learn more about each other and
Yeah.
learn more about
Lot
each
of
other.
fights.
No fights, man.
What?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No fights yet.
Not yet,
Working
so
on it. Working on it.
You
I gotta
well,
look up
well,
at him. You know what I'm saying?
It
It's
all,
like
you look, it's the 90s. It all starts with a shove.
that's it.
And then everything goes crazy. So with everything that you guys are doing, I also know with you guys being a a 90s band, right? You're actually going to be playing your own original song later. Not really a 90s song, a 90s theme song, but it's your original, right?
Yeah.
So what is that song? Okay.
Only Fools.
Only Fools.
That's the
Okay.
name of the song.
Great. Now, as far as you doing all of that, what are some of your favorite live songs to play?
Man, I think Bright Side is a fun one.
People always get hyped for that
right?
one. Yeah.
And Sugar, we're going down, and Everlong.
How does Bright Side go?
Bright Side.
Is it like
This
oh,
is the
goodness.
one. You recognize it right away.
Gotcha.
Right?
I need a different
Yeah,
guitar.
I'm not
It's hard
gonna-
on
I'm
this
not gonna
guy.
name that too. Nice. So Bright Side, and then there's another. It's a part of
Sugar,
your
we're
favorite.
going down. There's Everlong of Foo Fighters. We're big Foo Fighters fans.
Nice.
A lot of Green Day.
Yeah, so I'm sure y'all
Yeah.
get a lot of crowd activation and everything.
So Sugar
right?
is one of those where we can stop singing because
Yeah.
everybody knows it.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
gonna sing, and it gets us worked up. You know?
Yeah. But we definitely can't wait to see you guys perform a little bit later. Where can people find you guys and get more information?
So we got woe90s.com or at woe90s on Facebook and Instagram. Unless you're on MySpace. You on MySpace?
You know what? I left that neighborhood over a decade and a half
I'd
ago.
put you on my top 8. I'm just saying. Right? But
I got out of there.
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, it's at woe90s. WOAH 90S. Like you see down here.
Yeah. And and one small thing, because I'm a dad and I know Father's Day is coming up soon. You guys have children?
So that's a special subject to talk about because I have an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. I have an 11-year-old. She's my everything, right? And then we got Nikki Dubs over here.
I have 2 on the way.
2 on the way. Whoa.
Twins.
Whoa. God, look,
Nikki Dubs
congratulations.
too.
You know what? There's nothing more satisfying than being able to perform, and then your kids, no matter how good or bad you are, your kids are always going to make you feel like a superstar.
rock star to them.
But I know that you guys are superstars, and we got to go to commercial break. When we come back, these guys will be performing live on stage, so you guys stay right there. We'll be right back. Appreciate you guys. Oh. Hey guys, welcome back to Living 757. What a great show. We got a live performance coming up here in a little bit, but I had a lot of fun today. And I know one thing that we didn't touch on earlier in the show is Father's Day is coming around the corner. I know we always do a lot for Mother's Day. So I got to ask you, what do you have planned for Mr. Keith this year?
He wants
Father's Day.
He wants some new shoes, so I'm gonna get him his new shoes.
Hold up, time out. He actually wants something like tangible?
I know. It's weird, right?
Yeah, because like men, like we typically just say stuff like, leave me alone. Like, let me have this day without you asking me for anything or asking me to do anything.
Well, see, here's the thing: is that he is intelligent and he knows that that's not going to happen.
Oh my
so
goodness.
So he's asking for shoes instead. But no, I will probably try to let him have a nap that day. He will have a very good dinner.
Okay. Got you. So, but you have to try to do that. You see how bad it is? I'll try to let him have a good nap that day.
Well, what
It's
had
Father's
happened
Day.
well, it's his fault that we have a son. and Adrian is crazy. So if he's bouncing off the walls, nobody gets to nap.
I got you. Well, you know what? I definitely want peace myself, but I did, as a comic, I saw that there's an event that's coming up. Some comics that I know in the area, they're having a Father's Day comedy roast 2023. So you see Derek Brooks, Jessica Liz. I know those two. The other ones I'm not that familiar with, but shouts out to them. I've never had a roast, and I don't want to roast because people would tear me up.
I am so sad right now.
Yeah, because I know you would love to be on that show if it was
Well,
roasting
I was
me.
about to say, you're being roasted? Where? I'm coming.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to jump up there and
No,
take the mic.
no. You know, I don't know if I'm ready for people to just point out all my flaws. You know what I mean? you know. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to point out all my
Okay.
flaws that you know. Yeah.
I mean, that happens enough at your birthday show. But we have to say goodbye. But before we do, make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You name it, we have it.
And if you got a suggestion for, you know, a segment, or you want to be a part of the show, email us at shareatliving757.com.
And we're going to leave you like we always do with an amazing performance by Whoa. Here's their song, Only Fools.
Spinning your web of lies in the stars care where we reside. Cause yourself and it ain't had enough, cause it's my name that got you that price. Come on, come on, come down, get real close. The show's about to start soon. Act 1 is where our love disappeared, but only one of us knew. Only you fools can be played for a fool. Now the township has heard both your sides, and they're bringing the torches of fire. But the warmth from the flames and the view from this cross brings a peace you won't ever acquire. Come on, come down, get real close. The show's about to start soon. Act 2 is where my friends disappear to chase the dream that is you. Only fools can be played for a fool. Come on, come on, come down, get real close. The show's about to start soon. Act 1 is where our love disappeared, but only one of us knew. Act 2 is where my friends disappear, chase the dream that is you. Only fools can be played for a fool. Only fools can be played.